What's up, guys? Justin Kaplan Pro here, your startup business mentor and branding strategist. Today we're going to talk about confidence. I'm going to hook you guys up with specifically 7 simple secrets to become more confident, and you can start today. And when you think about that confident word, it's a powerful word, right? It's really even a more powerful feeling. I want you to think about, can you remember a time in your life when you really felt confident? Like maybe right after you received a promotion or right after you accomplished a big goal. Think about a time when you really felt unstoppable and you were at your very best. Now, imagine you could develop that feeling and actually become that person on a consistent basis. What impact would that have on your career and your relationships, even your health and well-being? Not only does being confident feel good, guys, but it enhances who you are at your core and who you are really designed to be. You end up pursuing more opportunities, you end up trying new things and taking more chances. So, how to be more confident? I'm going to unpack that for you from every angle for you today, guys. So if you're excited about this one, I would love for you to drop a like on the video. Certainly subscribe to the channel if you have not already done so. And I love the comments and questions. So feel free to drop comments down below along the way, and we're going to dive right in. Hang tight. All right, guys, so I'm going to kick this off by starting off first with a conversation about why you may be lacking confidence in the first place. So a lack of confidence can stem from many places. Perhaps growing up, your parents said a certain career was outside your reach, or you could never do that thing, whatever that thing was for you. Or maybe you have a belief system that says, I could never start my own business, or I'm not bold enough, smart enough, or equipped enough. Perhaps you've had a bad experience in your life, or a series of bad experiences in your life, which have opened up the door for self-doubt to creep in. Or maybe your inner critic is telling you that you can't, or that you're not good enough. Maybe, likely you've been comparing yourself to someone else, possibly a friend, colleague, maybe even your spouse, maybe it's a sibling. Or perhaps you feel there's something missing in your life. Maybe it's a relationship. Maybe you never thought you'd be that old and still be single. Maybe you never thought you'd be at this stage in your life and not have acquired your dream job yet. Maybe you thought you'd have kids by now, or a degree, or maybe you feel like you need to have a professional title of some sort. With all the clients that I've worked with over the years, guys, it seems like most, if not all of us, struggle with confidence in some area or at some point in our lives. Whether that be a confidence in our appearance or our abilities, or relationships, careers, decision-making, social situations, you name it. I think everyone has a crisis of confidence at some point, times where self-consciousness and self-doubt tend to creep in. So I want you to understand, first of all, that if your lack of confidence is keeping you stuck in a bad situation or keeping you from moving forward in your life or career, you're not alone and you're not broken. When you fail to achieve or you fail to pursue the things that you really want in your life, it's easy to believe that you don't really have what it takes or that you're not good enough. However, I want you to understand that the difference between success and failure is rarely due to any lasting ability. Sure, you may lack the necessary skills to pursue something that may be bigger than you at a given moment, but you can always learn those skills and you can always develop those things that you need to know over time. The biggest factor in determining your level of success is often your self-confidence. There's an awesome quote by Henry Ford, which I'm sure you've probably heard before, that says, whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you're right. Self-confidence is that powerful. It's the core of your belief system. And as the size of your goals and ambitions grow, your level of self-confidence needs to grow to match it. The other thing that I want you to get about self-confidence is that self-confidence does not happen by accident. Just like any skill that you develop, self-confidence comes from repeated practice and small successes which build up over time. Doing so requires commitment, effort, and discipline, which is why we talked about self-discipline yesterday. And in case you missed that training, I'm going to drop a link to that in the description down below so you can check that out if you'd like to. But what's awesome is that you can actually build your self-confidence in a very short period of time. Self-confidence is not some sort of gift that some people were born with and then you weren't. I think we can probably all think of a person that we know that you just think, man, they've always been so confident. What's likely is that particular person probably had confident role models in their life from whom they learned the appropriate confidence building behaviors. Those people learned the behavior and then they developed those behaviors into what now feels like natural abilities. So today, I'm going to hook you guys up with 7 simple secrets to becoming more self-confident, and you can start today. All right, let's dive right in. Number 1 is to be specific. First things first, in order to tame the demon, you've got to name the demon. Where do you lack confidence? When do you feel self-doubt and negative emotions creeping in? Where do you feel like your skills or your abilities are limiting you? Where would you like to have more confidence? Once you get specific, it won't feel so overwhelming as you'll have something tangible to tackle. Maybe you want to have confidence to go out on your own and start a new business. Maybe you just want to be more confident in the career that you have. Perhaps you want to pursue a promotion, but you're terrified of the interview process. Maybe you'd like to go back to school and get the degree that you've always wanted. Maybe you'd like the confidence to go on an adventure or take a trip that you've been thinking about for some time. Perhaps you just want to be more confident around your spouse or with your children. So I'm going to give you an exercise with each of the points that I'm going to give you today. So exercise number 1 is I want you to take a moment right now to identify and put into a complete sentence, where do you specifically want to have more confidence? What area of your life do you feel like you're a little bit stifled and you really want to be more bold and more driven to take some action steps in that area? Specifically identify, where do you want to be more confident, right? That's your starting point. You have to name it. Tip number 2 is to identify what gives you confidence. Now, this is personal, so it is going to vary from person to person. There's no one-size-fits-all approach to confidence, and what works for one might not work for another. So how can you figure out what gives you confidence? Think about a couple times in your life when you felt the most confident. Can you recall? Like, was it after you received a promotion? Was it excelling in sports or music or extracurricular activities at a younger age? Was it after you accomplished a major goal or milestone in your life? Try to recall a couple different occasions when you really felt good, like you could conquer the world. And then this is your exercise. Identify what it was about those times that made you feel so empowered. Was it the environment that you were in? Was it something specific that you were doing? Was it a feeling that you had? The more you get clear about this for yourself, the easier it will be to tap into that feeling when you need it, and eventually you can learn to manifest that feeling on demand, which is awesome once you learn to do that, all right? Let's keep going. Number 3, tip number 3 is to be you. Completely you, all right? I need to cover this and I need to cover it early because one of the surest ways to lose confidence is to try to be someone that you're not. So then naturally, one of the best ways to build your self-confidence is to be completely true to yourself. When you're trying to be someone that you're not, every part of you resists it, right? You're not everyone else, you're you. And the more you can understand who you are and what the value you bring to the world, the stronger you will be. When you stray away from who you are, you lose confidence because it's just not who you are. Additionally, nothing destroys self-confidence more than comparing yourself to others, especially now in the age of social media and the wonderful opportunity we all have to judge ourselves against everyone else's daily highlight reels. And that's really all it is a highlight reel. You're not seeing the whole story. But a lack of confidence comes from a gap in where you see yourself and where you think you should be. So comparing yourself to someone else puts you in this perspective of visualizing a place where you think you should be in your life, but then you realize you're only here and now you've got a confidence gap. It's like preparing to give a big presentation or a speech, and maybe it's your first time giving a big presentation or a speech. So in your preparation, you decide to go onto YouTube and watch some of the best speakers in the world do TED Talks. Of course you're going to feel unqualified. You're comparing your chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter 20. It's not the same. So your exercise for this point is to think about what makes you uniquely you. Write that down. Think about what you value and what's important to you. Write that down too. What if people told you that they love about you? What traits of yours have led to successes in your life? What are you naturally good at? Write all of those down. That is who you are. And that's not anything to shy away from or be embarrassed about. That's who God designed you to be. And what's awesome is that Hebrews 13 says he will equip you with all that you need for doing his will. Everything that you are is what he has designed you to be. And you have everything that you need to do exactly what he has called you to do. So here's a challenge for you. Every day for the next 21 days straight, I want you to repeat this affirmation. I am enough. And don't just say it. I want you to feel it. deeply at the core of who you are. And if you want to get more specific, replace enough with whatever word you'd like it to be. What would give you the most confidence? It could be I am brave, or I am strong, or I am smart, or I am beautiful, or I am confident. I've got this. Whatever those words are, I want you to identify what are the areas that you really feel like you need to be more confident. And then I want you to declare that confidence over yourself every single day for 21 days straight. Choose your affirmations, get in your power pose. Your power pose is like when you're about to scold your kids or you're about to step up and do something, hands on your hips type of thing, right? Get in your power pose, look in the mirror, and declare every single morning for 21 days straight what your declaration is. It will have a powerful effect on your subconscious, all right? Let's keep moving. Number 4 is to remember that you are 100% smart. When one of my daughters was in the 4th grade, I remember her teacher giving an assignment called 100% Smart. Any y'all ever heard of this? It's a tremendous exercise. I had never heard of it up until my child taught me about this. And in this activity, the kids had to make a pie chart and identify what percentage smart they were in each of the following areas of their life. I believe they covered people, self, athletics was in there. They had math, I believe English, music, and art. So it's a pie chart. And all the individual percentages of that pie chart had a total 100%. So, for example, I believe my daughter, when she went through it, she said that she was 40% people smart because she just really loves people. She's really good with people. She has a ton of friends. But then she said she was only 5% art smart because art is not her thing. And I thought this was such an insightful exercise and something that I highly encourage you to do. And what's cool is my daughter realized that even though she lacked confidence in art, there were so many other areas where she excelled. And that really excited her because she realized she didn't have to feel bad about not being good at art. That just wasn't her thing. And this is true for everyone. So maybe you're not the best public speaker, but maybe you are an amazing parent. Maybe you're an introvert and you're not really good in group dynamics, but you're sharp as a tack with money. Do you see that? Like, put a yes in the comments if you see that. I'm trying to open your eyes up this morning to realize that you don't have to be the best at everything. There are specific things that you are good at, and I want you to identify what those are. So also when you start realizing, you're like, you know what? Yeah, I'm not good in that area, but I am great in this area. I want you to see those things. Too many people spend way too much time trying to improve, change, be more of this or be less of that. Instead, what if you spent more time acknowledging first what you're naturally good at and building upon those things? So this is your exercise for this tip, all right? Try this for 1 week. At the end of each day, write down at least 3 things that you did well, felt good about, or were proud of yourself for. Know your strengths, know your talents, and know that you're 100% smart. So every day for 7 days straight, at the end of the day, 3 things that you did well that day, all right? That's your challenge for number 4. Number 5 is to upgrade your skill set. Again, reminder day, we're talking about 7 success secrets to becoming more confident, and you can start today, all right? So number 5 is upgrade your skill set. Since confidence is often directly linked to abilities, one of the best ways to build your confidence is to acquire new skills or develop existing ones. Doing so will definitely give you a shot at confidence, but let me make this point. As you work on building your skills and expertise, don't mistake a lack of perfection for a lack of ability. No one is perfect, but if you've got a perfectionist bone in your body, like I sometimes can, it can make you think that just because you're not the best, that you're not good at all. And that's just absolutely not true. Every pro was once an amateur. Every expert was once a beginner. Do not be insecure about the skills that you have yet to master. Be confident in your potential. And make sure you check yourself and ask yourself, if you're struggling with something, am I really not good at this? Or am I just not as good as I want to be yet? That's a great place to check yourself a little bit and recognize that you may not be where you want to be yet, but are you progressing and are you moving forward? And if so, it may still be something that you want to develop within yourself. So this is your exercise for this point. Ask yourself, is there a specific area where you are lacking confidence? How can you expand your skills or expertise in that area? What could you learn that will help you be more confident in that area? Once you identify that, then choose your method. Could you read a book on the topic? Do you need to take a course? Do you need someone to coach you in that area? Whatever that is, choose your area and then choose your method and then commit to doing something that is going to help you advance your skill. This will do wonders for you if you allow it to. Make a commitment and take that step, all right? Number 6 is to get up, dress up, and show up. Listen, if you are lounging around the house with your family or friends, sure, it's acceptable to dress down and be comfortable. We all do it. Those are your people, and they know who you are, and your appearance is unlikely to have a huge bearing on their thoughts about you. However, how you feel about yourself is reflected in your appearance. Think about it. Like when you know you look good, you feel great about yourself, right? It shifts something in your mind. That effort goes a long way, and hopefully as you notice the difference in how you feel, you can realize where dressing up and looking the part is worth it on a more frequent basis. For example, I am a work from home entrepreneur, and because I work by myself, early on in my business, I would work in really casual clothes because why not? I'm an entrepreneur, right? Hashtag laptop lifestyle. Of course, when I had my online coaching sessions with my clients, I would certainly dress the part. But then when I was just offline and just working here in my office, I would be super casual. What I didn't realize is that that casual approach to working had a dramatic effect on my mind. So now, every day, I get up, dress up, and show up to my business every single day just as if I was going to an office. For me, it's a matter of taking myself and my business seriously. But it does also give a shot of confidence. It's like I'm saying to the challenges that I face today, you're going to test me, but you're going to test the best that I have, and I know I can beat you. It's a mindset shift, right? We often think that dressing better is about impressing others, and for some people it may be, but the real benefit is what you are communicating to yourself. So the exercise that I'm going to give you for this tip is for 30 days, I want you to get up, dress up, and show up at a higher level than what you have been doing up until now. Now, that'll be different for everybody because some of you guys are already doing a lot of the right things, but for others, some of you guys are doing t-shirts and sweatpants every day. So this will be different for everybody. But I want you to identify what extra bit of effort you could put in to your work week and to your work attire that would give you an extra shot of confidence every single day. Just think about it for yourself. What would just give you a little bit of boost? And then commit to that for 30 days and see if you can develop into it a habit, okay? Number 7, your last one, is just do it. When Nike came up with this slogan in the late 80s, they knew just how to get the general population of humans off their butts and moving forward. Turns out this is a great strategy for being more confident as well, right? When you stand on the edge of the water, waiting, wondering, worrying if you can do something, you lose confidence. Your fear creeps in, and you begin to doubt yourself. But when you take a leap of faith, you dive in, you get started, your confidence immediately begins to build. Action builds confidence, and each step you take builds it further. So your exercise for this one is to think of one step that you can take right now, today, that would get you moving in the right direction. Then just do it and see what happens. An incredible thing about the human brain is that once it realizes something is working, it will keep that momentum going. Now I'm going to give you another challenge. There's a great quote by Tony Robbins that says a real decision is measured by the fact that you've taken a new action. If there's no new action, you haven't truly decided. So I'm going to challenge you to make a commitment today. I'm going to challenge you to make a decision to take one key step within 48 hours, because 48 hours is a proven window that if you do not take a step within 48 hours, you'll likely not take it, all right? My final thoughts for you today, guys, is that, listen, being more confident starts with one thing, you. I've talked a lot about you today. You making the decision to take action. When all else fails, you can make a choice. You can choose to be confident. You can choose confidence over fear and self-doubt. It's really up to you. Your mind believes what you tell it. And if you continue to tell yourself the story that you are not confident, you will believe that, and your self-doubt will continue. But if you tell yourself today that you can do it, that you do have this, and that you are capable, your mind will believe that too. Remember, fostering a strong sense of confidence is critical to experience overall levels of health, happiness, and success in your life, all right? So once you get started, you will be unstoppable. Be brave, be confident, you've got this. I believe in you, and I'm not the only one, all right? I'm going to leave you with that for today, guys. Hopefully that was good for you. If you enjoyed this video, I'd love for you to click a like on the video. Certainly subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. I'd love for you to drop some comments down below. Let me know your thoughts on today's training. I'm going to leave you with that. Be great, be intentional, and I'll see you all around the web, right? Take care and see you later.